In this clip, I will take you through the resources and techniques that I use to create this tonal charcoal portrait. I will take you step by step through how I drew each facial feature and the techniques I use to draw the hair. Before I get into the demonstration, I would firstly like to talk about the resources I'll be using in today's demonstration. The first is the paper. I'll be using Strathmore Bristol Vellum Surface. The reason I'm using this particular paper is I want to use a paper that has a tooth to it so that the charcoal will stay to the surface rather than a smooth paper where the charcoal will just fall off. The second thing I need to talk about is charcoal pencils, and I'm using charcoal pencils and willow charcoal because I want to use a variety of tones. The next thing is I will be using a white and a black pastel pencil so that I can show darker areas and highlights, and I will also be using black colour pencils to pick out detailed areas. I will also be using blending stumps to blend areas, a variety of sizes, so that I can blend areas around the eyes and around the cheeks, and I will also be using paintbrushes to smooth some areas where there are gaps. Finally, I will be using a kneadable eraser and a mono tombow eraser to take out highlights. If you would like to find out more about the items that I've used in today's demonstration, then please check out the description below. Also, if you would like to find out more about my artwork, including my Redbubble and my Fine Art America shop, then also check the description below to find out about the items that are for sale on these websites. So before I get into the demonstration, I'm going to show you the background. So I used the willow charcoal for the background, and I glided it really lightly over the background before using tissue paper to blend out the background to create a smooth effect. So now, because I am right-handed, I'm going to start out picking details on the left-hand side, and I'm going to do this primarily using the willow charcoal. If there are smaller details, I will do this later with the charcoal pencils, but because there's quite large areas of dark, I will go in with the willow charcoal to begin with. So now I'm using the soft charcoal pencil, which makes dark tones, and I'm working around the eye area, and I'm going in lighter to begin with so I can start building up the tones gradually. The reason why I like to use the charcoal pencils also is because it's really good for adding detail. Although you can get a degree of detail with the charcoal from the willow charcoal, sometimes you can't get quite the detail that you would like. So that's why I prefer to use charcoal pencils for the detailed areas like the eyes and the nose and the lips. So now I've built up the basic tones to this area, I now need to build up the tones further, and it's all about layering. As with colour pencil, just keep layering up to make sure that your work looks 3D. So I'm now ensuring that this left hand side looks as dark as it can, because it's showing the light source from the right hand side and making it look 3D. I'm also blending as I go, and I'm using not only the blending stops but cotton buds, because they are a really useful tool and they get precision because they are so small. So now I'm adding areas of tone to the hair. Because I've already added details to the face, I'm going to put some paper over the face to make sure I don't smudge my work. So this is usually why I work from the top to the bottom and the left to the right, because I don't want to smudge my work. But what you can do sometimes is just put some photocopier paper or some tracing paper if you want to see your work over the top, and this will help you to avoid smudging your work. So I'm going in firstly with the charcoal pencil, because for this area I'm going to be adding details. So if I use the willow charcoal, it'd be quite difficult to achieve those. With some hairstyles you would be able to use the willow charcoal, but because this model has curly hair, it's quite difficult to achieve that. So I'm using the charcoal pencil even for the larger areas, and what I'm doing is I'm using the curls of the hair, I'm using the charcoal pencil. I will go in later with the Mono Zero eraser and the pastel pencil to pick out highlights. If there are any white gaps, it's really easy to get rid of them with a piece of tissue paper, and you can also use this for a double purpose, for using some really subtle tones on another area of the face. As I mentioned earlier, I do prefer to use charcoal pencils for detailed areas like the eyes, not only because they are good for the detailed areas, but also because you get a wide variety of tones in the different grades of pencils. As I now need to add details to the eyes around the eyelashes, I'm going to use a black coloured pencil, and I use a variety of either Prismacolor black pencils or Faber-Castell polychromos. I do usually use Faber-Castell polychromos because they have a hard lead and they are ideal for when you are drawing eyelashes. The reason why I use tissue to blend large areas rather than just using my finger is because fingers have a degree of oil in them, whether you've just cleaned them or not, and I don't want that oil to transfer onto the paper because over time it will tarnish. So it's better to use a piece of tissue paper or kitchen paper. Mind you, kitchen paper will have a surface to it, so it's best to use tissue paper, then you will get a smoother tone to your work. As a final finishing touch, I go over all of the dark areas and brush them gently with a large soft brush, just to soften the edges to make sure it looks less stark, especially the difference between the darker and the lighter areas. If you got value from today's clip, then make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of future content. Don't forget to look in the description below to links for all of the resources that were used in today's clip. And if you would like to learn more about basic drawing techniques, click on the link above. If you would like to learn more about portraits, click on the link below.